All right, what's up, Tycoon? Super excited for today's video. We're going to be taking a look at plug power on the daily chart. We're going to cover some of the daily gaps. We're going to cover some bullish divergence, and we're going to break down some major support and resistance levels as well for you guys. All right, all I need you to do is like, comment, subscribe. And I also do viewer requests every single week. So if you have any, stocks, tickers, strategies, walkthrough, something like that you want from me, let me know in the comments below, and I'll be happy to make it for you as soon as I can. You guys are the audience, and I'm just looking to please the audience and help you guys out. All right. First thing we're going to look at, all right, is the nearest gap up on the chart to fill. Now, gaps like these tend to fill about 90 to 95% of the time historically in the stock market. And you can watch my video on gaps if you want a demonstration of that. Okay. We have a couple examples. All right. If we look here, we can see that this small gap down filled. All right. We saw this gap fill. All right. And we saw this previous gap down fill. All right. Gaps down are going to fill in a bearish cycle, and gaps up are going to fill in a bullish cycle. All right. So we always have to keep that in mind. Where's the momentum? Where's the trend? And, what is the price action and volume telling us? All right. Now, the first technical indicator that I really want to bring to you guys, all right, is going to be bullish divergence. All right. And that's highlighted by these ovals here on the chart. If you notice, what we're doing is making lower lows. Okay. So we have a low here, we have a lower low here. All right. And then from here, again, we have a lower low. All right. So we've made two lower lows than this one. Okay. Now this low is slightly above this one. And we're gonna break down what happened and why, right? So what happens is as the price action is dropping, okay, the price of this stock is going lower, it's getting weaker, right? But if we look at our RSI at our first oval, okay, here's our low. We bottomed out on the RSI around like 18. Okay. Our next low on the price of the stock is around $12, much lower, but our low here is about 23 on the RSI. All right. So what we're seeing is we're seeing the relative strength, because that's what the RSI stands for. It's the relative strength index. We're seeing the relative strength rise as the price of the stock is actually dropping. Okay. And that's an indicator that, traders use and people using technical analysis. That's an indication that there may be bullishness in the future. It's never 100% guaranteed, because if it was, then everybody in the stock market would be millionaires, because we'd be right every single time that this happened. All right. So this is our first trend line here of support on the RSI for a potential bounce. Right. So meaning, if we come back down and bounce off of here, okay, we could be creating lower lows and heading lower on the on the stock price. But what we're going to look for is we're going to say, well, we know that we've bounced along this trend line here before with a bullish divergence, right? So we're going to look to see, is this a potential area for a swing trade or day trade opportunity on the bullish divergence bounce. All right. So that's our first one. And if we extend it some more, okay, and look at the recent price action, all right, we have this low right here. And again, here's our low on the RSI. So, low here of, about like 18 bucks, right? And we have a low here of about $14. So again, the price action is going lower, but the RSI is much stronger now. It's about 34. All right. And what do we get? We have a nice green day today. Plug power is up over 11%. That's a really phenomenal move, right? So we can look and we can see, all right, is this trend line going to, or, is this momentum going to continue? And how did it work out the last time? On the last time, there was an 18-day rally that lasted, or that was a total of 50%, okay, from the lows of 12.7 when we bottomed out on our RSI to the highs right there, okay, is roughly about 53%. Right. But I want you to notice what happened on the price action there. Okay. It's very consistent up. All right. Here, what we have is we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days we're opening up and closing right around the same prices of about 1450. Right now, that's very nice. Okay. What we're seeing is a nice support up here, and we're seeing buyers stepping into the market and holding the line there. And now we have a very bullish day, a very nice big bullish engulfing candle. We filled this gap, okay, because there was a small gap on the chart to fill. We went ahead and filled that gap on the daily chart, and we're going to see if we can continue that momentum up. But our major resistance is going to be right around this 1858 level. Okay. If you notice here, every time we've come to it, We do rise slightly above it, but sellers are always there to drive the price back down. So this is an area where people are starting to take profit is about 1850 up to 1966. All right, that's going to be our supply zone where there's currently a supply imbalance and we're getting pushed down lower and lower each time we come to these levels. All right. Um, and our major support level, okay, right below, this 1450 area is going to be here at 1323, with our, immediate support below that at 12.7. All right. So, these are the main levels that I'm really looking at is about 13 to 1850, and those are my swing trading areas. Now, if we do break past 1858, okay, we don't have much resistance up above. We could be heading up back up to about 23.79, roughly $24. Okay. So, pretty big moves happening here on Plug Power. Now the thing we have to ask is, is this trend going to continue, right? We're the S&P is officially in a bear market. So we have hit bear market territory. And so a lot of these rallies tend to be short-lived. Okay. Some people call them dead cat bounces. It really just depends, right? So if you're not in on Plug Power yet, what you can do is you can wait to see if we pull back and we test this support trend line on our RSI. All right. And we can look for an entry here. Okay. All right, and set some sort of a stop loss or a risk management, or maybe only get 10% of a position size at this level, right? And wait the other 90% cash and wait to see if we get a support or a bounce here at this level. Okay. So we put a nice one down here. And again, this is another area where we could look to enter for a possible swing trade on a nice bullish pop. But there's no guarantees. Okay. So we do have some nice signs. We may see an uptrend continue. If you're not in on the play, these are some areas of interest where I would be looking for an entry, but it's, again, no financial advice telling you guys to enter in on any of these trades. This is just what I see, and there are some very nice opportunities. And, there is a chance, okay, if we start a nice rally over the next weeks or coming months, right, we could come back up and fill this gap sometime in the near future. And that would offer about 90% returns currently from where the price is at right now at about $15. This gap up to fill is just above 30. So, almost 100% returns possibly here on Plug Power, but that's not guaranteed. We really have to see and ask ourselves the questions, is this a market where we're going to see Plug Power go up 90%, and is that going to sustain? Is that a truly a reversal, or is this just a short-lived hype rally and eventually the price will drop lower? All right, let me know what your thoughts are down below. Again, we have hit official bear market territory. Do you think the bottom is in, right? Did we bottom out already? Was the bottom for Plug Power 12.7, or could we potentially head even lower? All right. Again, let me know in the comments below. I want to know what you guys think about the stock.